You are greedy. Give this to me.
I am greedy.
No, mine.
Hell no.
We share, remember.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot.
So we're going to do this video and we're going to talk about, like, we can talk about how we met. Beginning of 2013. So, like 3 years. I had bought my first BMW. And it wasn't because, you know, I got money, all this. I really didn't have a lot of money. But I'd been screwed over so bad by my ex, so BMW was actually honestly the only people that would finance me in-house. So I go up to BMW and I get my first BMW, and the radio in it didn't work because I got it pre-owned. I got a 2009 328i. So the person that's selling my car, his name is Amadou, and when I came back to get my car serviced and to get the radio fixed in it, he set us up on his lunch break.
Which was a bunch of hooligans.
He said it would be really good for each other, but I didn't know what he was doing. Like, he took me in the back, and he was like, I have somebody that's going to fix your car, and you'll be so happy with them. Meanwhile, he's telling him, you need to meet... What did he say to you?
He told me, he goes, hey man, he goes, I got this girl that needs service. I'm like, dude, I'm going to lunch. And he was persistent in saying, man, you need to take a look at this girl. And I was like, and my exact words to him was, I said, she's probably some snobby little rich bitch that's going to screw me on a survey anyway. So, shoot, be gone. And he wouldn't stop. So, I come around the corner, and I see her. Now she looks familiar. Yes, she does. But I couldn't place where I knew her from. And I'm not going to be like, hey, you look familiar.
So we got to talking, and it turns out that we grew up in the same neighborhood in Georgia. He lived in the same neighborhood that my parents moved into, and at the time, like a year before, I had gone through a horrible breakup, and it was, you know, Justice is my ex, and so I moved in with my parents for like 4 months until I got my own place, and so, but in the meantime, those 4 months, I would run, you know, every so often, put my sneakers on, go for a jog, and I'd run down his street. And you'd be out in the front yard, and I didn't, you know, he said he looked at me and he thought I was some 12-year-old girl running.
Yeah, I did. I'm like, yeah, well, no.
But that's like how he saw me, and it was just a couple months prior, so anyway, that's how we met. And so I friend him on Facebook, and he accepts, and he says, you want to come? Oh, meanwhile, I had gone out of town, and I said I was going to be back. And you call me like 12 times a day. Not from your office phone, but from your cell phone. And I knew what you were doing.
I'm always on the move.
I knew what you were doing.
You don't know shit.
You called me from your cell phone to make sure I had your number. I had his number as a contact in my phone. Within like day 2, because he was calling me so much. Like every hour you were calling me. I was like, what?
It wasn't every hour.
Like every 2 hours.
It wasn't every 2 hours.
Okay, well, anyway. It was like every 2 hours.
Probably every 2.5 hours.
Anyway, I get my car, and he asked me over for dinner, and so...
Well, hold on. Let's back it up a little bit.
About the windshield wipers?
So...
10 more candy.
So this ding-dong over here, I'm in the shop, and they page me, and they're like, hey, your girl's here. I'm like...
Did they really do that?
I'm like, yeah, F you, I don't have a girl. And,
that's great.
So I come upstairs, and I see her BMW. All I saw was a tag. I'm like, what the hell does this psycho bitch want? So I go over to her.
But meanwhile, he'd been calling me.
Hold on. So she's in her car, and she goes, sir, she goes, I'm having a problem with my windshield wipers. Now, mind you, there's not an effing cloud in the sky whatsoever that day. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I figured she needed to talk, so get me the hell out of there and go for a ride. Get in the car, go down the street. We went down to where we park employee parking, I think.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I just said my windshield wipers wouldn't work.
So we get down there, I'm like, all right. I said, what do you want? I said, there ain't no damn cloud in the sky, and there ain't no windshield washer solvent on your windshield. What the hell do you want?
You already invited me out for... You invited me over for dinner.
No, that was later. No.
I already friended you on Facebook.
You friended me on Facebook. She said she hadn't been out. So then my soft side comes out. I'm like, you know what? The hell with it. And I was supposed to have some people over at the house. Stupid me. It was the weekend after. And and I told her to bring her son because there was gonna be some kids his age and whatnot. So what the hell do? No one else is coming over, so she's gonna come over my house.
Well, the sweet thing is, he asked me. He had nothing that I would have eaten in his fridge, and nothing Justice. I mean, at the time, Justice was just eating yogurt because he's picky. Like, he's a picky eater. And so you went to the grocery store and you just got like yogurt and things that he would like, and it was so sweet. The night that he invited me over, he said, anything in my pantry you can have. Just take home, like, my groceries or whatever, because I didn't have anything in my apartment.
Well, you had nothing. I hadn't seen the apartment yet, so hell, I don't, whatever. I'm just taking her word for it.
No, you said, because you said the way I looked in the pantry, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at all this food, and you were like, take it home.
Like when she was like a kid in a candy store, she got in my pantry, and I've got a 4-level plus the floor, pantry. So she said, wow, she goes, I wish I had this at my apartment. And I told her, I said, well, you know what, there's some bags, go take whatever the hell you need and take it. And I got, whatever. So, if I'm not mistaken, you did pack 3 or 4 bags. She takes them back to her apartment.
And so you invited me over, and I never left.
No, she swear to God, she hadn't left.
I never left. I'd go home just to get a few things, and I'd just slowly bring them back to the house. The only time you noticed was when I took over your entire closet. I was just hanging stuff up, and then I moved all the stuff down.
Yeah,
and then...
so all my stuff's moved, right? So, and I knew where all my stuff was. I walked in there, and I'm like, and I screamed at her. I was like, what is this shit? And she goes, I brought a few things over. Bullshit, you brought your whole damn wardrobe.
And by that time, I had moved my entire apartment, and you didn't even notice.
So she invited me to her apartment, and that's when I saw that 35-pound cat, which scared the crap bejesus out of me.
I have a 35-pound cat.
So I go to her pantry, and I'm not lying. I swear on my parents that she had nothing in the pantry.
I had food to feed Justice, and I really wasn't eating.
No.
I couldn't afford to eat.
So the bags that she took back to her apartment were on the counter. She had everything put on the counter. And that's when I decided to, like, you know what? We're going to break your lease and you're going to move in with me. Hold on. This is my theory. You were paying a buttload of money.
I was. $600 a month.
Plus utilities and everything else.
Because my ex wasn't helping me. I didn't get any child support. I didn't get any help. Nothing.
So I told her, well, if you're over at my house every night and you're still paying for this place, I said, we'll go ahead and break the lease. So I gave her the money to break the lease. And then we got what the hell did we get?
And I also paid off my credit cards because I was so bad in debt.
Yeah, so we got...
Not bad in debt, I just couldn't pay it off. It was only like $600, but...
Right, no, I think it was $800. It was $800.
I just couldn't pay it off. I was so broke.
Right. So...
Because I was already over here like every day.
Yeah,
I was staying here every day. Justice has his own room.
Yeah, so I gave him a room upstairs, no big deal. So after all that, I rented not a small...
Penske.
It was a Penske truck, but...
I didn't have a lot of stuff, but...
We filled...
It was big stuff, like the couch and everything.
Yeah, we filled it up. So anyway, my brother, Pops my brother, he came over, helped us, move stuff out.
Which was a big deal. I mean, knowing now that your brother helped me, that was a really big deal.
Yeah, because he didn't know much of her or whatever.
And knowing how your brother is, I mean, that is a big deal.
So he, he came over and helped. And
I paid him in beer.
Yes, did pay him in beer. So he calls me the next day, and he goes, "Are you sure this is what you want to do? Having her move into your house?" And my brother is the type of guy. He's caring. He's concerning. He's somewhat cautious. But he can't apply it to himself. That's true. But that's a whole nother chapter. But he is a hell of a brother, and he'll do anything for me or Jess, or the kids if need be. So we had a discussion, And I said, dude, I said, I'm in uncharted waters because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I've been single for God knows how many years because I was a workaholic.
I was his third girlfriend.
Yeah, you were.
But when it came to Justice, you know, that was the biggest thing was like, you know, I don't want baby daddy drama. And I said, well, he's not.
Yeah, that's what I told her. Because I said, if there is, I said, you can pack your shit and get the hell out because I ain't dealing with it.
And I was like, no, not really. So, maybe we could make that part 2 about everything that happened this past couple months.
We'll do that in part 2 of the video. So, 3 months into our relationship, he calls me daddy. And I almost got like punched in the sack because it like took the wind out of my chest, you know, my stomach dropped to the floor. So I went to her, went to Jess, and I said, hey, I said, did you tell him to say that? Because, you know, when you're in a new relationship with someone who's already got a kid, they want, you know, they feel sorry for the kid. So I thought that's what she was doing. And she said no. And I kept playing all the time, you know, and he kept calling me daddy more and more and more. Which, you know, learning curve, you know, it's no big deal.
He'd been through a hell of a lot.
Yeah. But,
maybe we could do part 2.
Okay.